Good morning everyone. In today's video lecture, we'll see how to read and write CSV files to and from Python. Now, CSV files are comma separated values, which is a simple file format, and it is used to store the tabular data structure like spreadsheet or database. It just resembles the Microsoft Excel. CSV file stores tabular data in plain text. There are no tables, but the texts are there and it can resemble the tabular data. Each line of the file is a data record. Each record consists of one or more fields separated by comma or any delimiter which the user designates. The use of the comma as a field separator is the source of the name for this file format. So it's comma separated value. That's why the values are separated by comma. Python built-in CSV library makes it easy to read and write and process data from and to CSV files. So before this, we'll just see what is a CSV file. In front of you is the Microsoft Excel. So if I want to store anything like name, class and row, and I can store Raman, Shreya, Tejas, and I will be class 11, 12 and 6th, roll number 23, 54 and 6. So now if I want to store this file, I will go to File, Save As, and here by default Excel workbook is selected. So we need to change this to CSV, that is comma separated values, right? CSV. Click here and then save. So if you want to save, you can save onto the desktop and let the name be student.csv. Okay, so you have stored this file. Now you can just go to the desktop and see that student.csv is created here. We can open a CSV file by using f equals to open within bracket within quotes the name of the CSV file comma read. Also for write we can use w as we used in text and binary files. So while specifying the exact path, the character should be prefaced by R or double slash at times when it doesn't work. I have already discussed it in my earlier videos. Now these are the specific mode which we can use in the CSV file. R mode is for read, W is for write, A is for append, R plus is for read and write both, and X is for to create. That is, if the file will exist, the new file will not be created. If the file is not existing, then the new file will be created with that name. Now we'll see how to close a file. So we just have to write the file handler's name dot close. So it is a good practice to close the file once we have finished the work, so that it does not consume any resource. Now we will read a CSV file. So how can we read the CSV file? For this we require CSV reader class. Okay, so after opening the file in read mode, we need to read the content by reader method of CSV module, which will return the reader object that iterates throughout the line in the specified CSV document. One thing which is to be noted is use of with keyword, which Python recommend as it's automatically take care of closing the file once it leaves with the block. So we should always use with keyword while opening the CSV file. This is the sample program. So we will open a file with open, the name of the file, the mode as file. We will read the file and then we'll display it using for. So let's see this practically. So let's read the file which we created, that was student.csv. We need to write import statement for importing the CSV library, so CSV. Then I told you we need to use with keyword to open a file, so with open within bracket and quotes student.csv comma mode equals to read mode as the name of the file handler. Then we need to take a variable, any variable like CSV file equals to CSV dot reader and within bracket the name of the file handler. Now we can read it one by using for line in CSV file and print line. Okay, now we will execute this. Okay, so you can see we are getting an error here. So because we have not given the absolute path, so we need to give desktop because it's there on desktop student. So we are getting 4 rows. The first row is the name of the column headers and rest 3 rows are the content of the CSV file, that is student.csv. So you can see this content is rightly shown. Now let's see how to write a file. Writing into CSV file. Now for writing we can use csv.writer class. It is used to insert data to the CSV file. This class returns a writer object which is responsible for converting the user's data into delimited string. CSV file object should be opened with new line. Otherwise, new line character inside the quoted field will not be interpreted correctly. Okay, so like csv.writer, we'll write the name of the CSV file. Dialect is Excel and FMT params. What is FMT params? It is a formatting parameter that will override the dialects if we are using some other language in writing. If it's English, no problem, Excel can be used. And these two are optional, that is dialect and FMT params. It has 2 methods, write row and write rows. So write row is used to write single row at a time and write rows can write multiple rows at a time. So this is the sample program. So we have the header like name, class, phone number, city, and then the data. So we'll open a file and then we will write all those data here. So here the file name is taken in a variable. You can also take it in a variable or write directly the file name here. So this is a single list. So write row is used for this. And these are the whole content, more than a single list. So list within a list. So this can be used with write rows. So we have to write the headers separately and the data separately. So let's see this practically. So let's create the same file with different name with the same content. Okay, that was student.csv. So for that we just need to import CSV, then the header name. So header name is name, class and roll number. So headers equals to a list and then name, class and roll number. Okay. Now we will take the data, so we can have data equals to, so it's Raman, 11, 23, and we have to do the same with that. So Shreya, 12, 54, list starts Tejas. Okay, it's J, 6, 6. So this is the list within a list. Now we will open the file. So with open, within bracket and within quotes, I will write, let it be on desktop. So desktop / student1 dot CSV, mode equals to write, or you can omit that mode also. You just have to write W as file. Okay, now we will be writing the CSV writer equals to csv.write file, csv.write, and then the name of the file handler. Now we will write CSV writer dot write row, and within that I will just give header. And for data we need to give rows because more than one row is written. And now we can just run this. Oh, I missed a R here. So it's written. So we'll just check on the desktop whether we have student1.csv is created with these names. Okay. So now we have come to know how to read from CSV and write from CSV. Let's see if we use some different delimiters other than comma, what will happen. Comma is the only delimiter used in CSV files. But in Python, we can use any delimiter of our choice like pipe, colon, semicolon, hash, or anything. To specify a different delimiter, you have to use the parameter that is delimiter. So while writing onto CSV writer, we need to use the file and the argument delimiter. So if I use this, the content of the file will not contain comma, but it will contain this delimiter. So let's see how it is done practically. So let's make changes in the same program. There's just a slight change here. Near the file, we need to write comma and delimiter equals to. The spelling of meter is M-I-T-E-R, D-E-L-I-M-I-T-E-R, equals to, within single quotes, you have to give any delimiter. So if I want colon, so I'll give it colon here, and instead of student1, I'll create student2 and will run. So we will open the desktop, and we can see student 2 here, and the delimiters are colon. You can just